you. In California, Ethan joins us tonight. So, Ethan, I didn't go to Yale Law School, couldn't get in. But where in the Constitution does it say that former spies are required to keep their security clearances?
The issue here, Tucker, is if the government wants to impede on your ability to express yourself, which we have two separate issues happening here. We have the attacks on the free press that are happening, the enemy of the people. And then separately, if I revoke your security clearance because I don't like what you're saying, which is what's going on right now, that is an attempt to silence you in your criticism of me if I was John Brennan.
Well, hold on. But how is it? Hold on. Let's start to first principles here. What national interest is served by giving MSNBC contributors top secret security clearances? How does that help?
So for the
point of all of this is to help the country.
At least 6 administrations, maybe it's 5, have retained those security clearances after they've left office because the current sitting CIA director, for example, may want to refer to the previous CIA director for information about an operation, some inside scoop on why they were doing something or what they were doing. And instead of having to go through a security clearance every single time that they wanted to have a conversation about it, you kept the security clearance in place.
I understand how the system, the system has worked, but we're not talking about the system, we're talking about John Brennan. So how does America benefit by John Brennan having a security clearance? I'm completely confused.
If the sitting CIA director wants to confer with him about, for example, hey, what led you to investigate the Russians that were visiting the RNC or going to Trump Tower? What was behind your thinking on that? What was the information that led you to hand that over to somebody else?
Security clearance.
Where were you on this?
He doesn't. Hold on. Whoa, hold on. You don't need John Brennan to have a security clearance. No, that's not true. John Brennan does not need a security clearance in order to answer straightforward questions from someone in government. People are subpoenaed all the time. People speak voluntarily all the time to government without security clearances. So I don't understand.
No, for the private conversation.
Look, you know the truth. No, there's no. John Brennan can answer any question he chooses to answer. He doesn't need a clearance. And I'm just wondering, the truth is, this is insane. There's no scenario that you could create where we need to give John Brennan a security clearance. That's a privilege that he has. It's tradition that we have. It may or may not be justifiable, but it's not his right. That's insane. He's an unelected bureaucrat who now works as a contributor on a cable news channel. Just like you, just like me. We don't deserve security clearances, do we?
No, we don't deserve it. And what's interesting, though, again, is there are two separate issues that are coming together here. One are the daily attacks on the press. We are the enemy of the people, except for you and some others here. But most of the press is considered the enemy of the people. And now that Brennan is on one of the less favored networks, he's an enemy of the people. And therefore, one of the ways to silence him is to very publicly revoke his security clearance. But how does that silence?
What do you mean? Why does he have it? Look. It's a measure of the depth of the corruption that he would have a security clearance in the first place. There's no scenario where the rest of us benefit from that. It's another stupid Washington tradition. I can tell you, having lived there all my life, there are many of them. And this is one, and it came to light because this show brought it to light, and it's totally indefensible. So rather than defend it, they're just like, Richard Blumenthal says you have a constitutional right. It's illegal to take away his security clearance. How is that true? Exactly.
Well, actually, there's an argument for that. So in administrative law, at least, Tucker, to take away somebody's livelihood, so in this case, maybe his security clearance could be argued that is the source of his livelihood. Why is he at MSNBC, for example? Because he was
so
CIA
that tells you right
because
there.
He had security clearance.
Oh, I get it. So you're conceding that he's using this. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, what you're saying is that John Brennan is viewing top secret information and using that in his role as an MSNBC contributor. Well, what else are you saying?
I'm saying that
if that's like central to his livelihood. Well, no, John Brennan shouldn't be using top secret information to which he has special access in his role as a cable news pundit. No?
I'm not suggesting that he's using that to view classified information. That is a credential. That is a credential that gives you a job.
It's meaningless unless you can exercise it.
No, and that's not even why you retain that privilege is so the CIA director has information that is new, for example, since your operation when you were CIA director, to have the conversation about the continuance of the operation.
But you can have that conversation.
Clearance.
You don't. No, you can ask John Brennan whatever you want. He doesn't need a clearance for that. This
Not to present
this
new
is a window
information
into
about
how
the operation.
totally corrupt our system is. It's totally corrupt, and the people benefiting from it have no self-awareness at all. Oh, you're violating my constitutional rights. Ugh. Ethan, thanks. It's spinning me up. I appreciate it. Good to see you.